Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome to another video. We're taking the Master of Assassins, literally this Don is from Assassin's Creed. We're taking the donut maker, it's time to make the donuts, into SBR, into Super Battle Road. I would be taking him into ESBR, but there's one thing I need to see with this guy. And unfortunately you can't do that in ESBR right now. And that's the fact that since there's kind of like a lack of ESBR stages right now, there isn't a Universe 6 or a Universe Survival Saga ESBR phase right now. We're actually going to see how much that, to be fair, this is actually probably going to hurt him quite a bit. Because we do need, because we need to super attack first to get that attack and defense plus 160. But it's okay, because at this point you're probably going to be stunned, because that's the main objective. Oh, you didn't even get stunned. Wow. Well, I look stupid. And then basic double digits. On basics, hitting double digits. But yeah, of course, with the lack of kind of ESBR stages right now, there is no Universe Survival Saga or Universe 6 category ESBR in the game right now, and I wanted to kind of take advantage and really show you what Hit can do while surrounded by Universe 6 category allies. Of course, two of the things he can do with surrounded by those category allies are he gets an additional attack and defense plus 20% per category Universe 6 category ally attacking in the same turn, which is nice. I mean, we have seen what he can do without that, to be fair, and his damage output is still ridiculous. Like, he's still insane, but you know, who's really gonna complain about an extra attack and defense? You know I'm not. And then of course the other benefit about having two, or in the same turn as two Universe 6 category allies, is the fact that not only does he have a medium chance to stun on his passive, even though he already has a medium chance to stun on his super, but he has a medium chance of stunning all enemies when all allies attacking in the same turn are Universe 6 category allies, which for SBR and definitely in ESBR, but unfortunately I can't really do that there right now. That is ridiculous. To be able to even just stun an enemy in SBR and ESBR, fantastic. Great tool to have. Now, being able to stun all the enemies, not even on super. He can stun on super, and he can also stun on passive, but he can stun everyone on passive. Which, again, as I said, is just ridiculous. Like, that is insane. So we are getting extra attack and defense plus 20% right now on Hit, which is nice, but again, as I said before, he doesn't really need it. And of course, raising his defense on one turn, very useful. Again, in one of the harder events in Dokkan. Because his ideal slot will be slot 2, as you would have seen in the slot 1. He literally got absolutely walloped for over 200k on a super, which, to be fair, isn't actually the worst, but this is SBR. If that was ESBR, it'd probably be close to 300k, if I'm being honest. But, and also, of course, that's mainly, and also a stun, literally just stuns. And he got an additional. But yeah, and that's mainly because of his passive. Of course, you get the attack and defense plus 160 when performing a super attack. So ideally, or not even ideally, his actual spot in a rotation has to be slot 2. Otherwise, yeah, you're really opening yourself to some damage that you really do not need to be taking. Because once he super attacks, gets the 160 attack and defense, then raises his defense by 30% for one turn, it's kind of good to go. He is honestly good to go. Once he does that, he is good to go. And we're facing his yet fellow Universe 6 allies right now. Now, I've given you 9 orbs. That means you have a chance to dodge. Do it. If you've watched the channel recently, you know I do not like the strength Kefla. Like, I just do not like her in the slightest. Like, I don't think she's that good. And one of the times has to be kind of PTSD. There we go. I was about to say one of the times is PTSD, where I gave her like 7 orbs and she just didn't dodge once, like 5 attacks. Now she started to prove me wrong. Yes, Kefla. I still don't care about you. We're here for him, but still, thank you. I'll take that as an apology. Apology kind of accepted. But as you can see, his damage output, ridiculous. Basics, he's taking double digits. Once he supers again, ideally you want him in slot 2, also slot 3, but I mean, with a unit with this much power, do you really want to be putting him as a floater? Probably not. And one of the other useful things, especially in ESBR, and I would have mentioned this in his showcase yesterday, is he also gets an additional attack and defense. He after the additional attack and defense plus 160 in Formula Super, he does get an additional attack plus 80% and attacks effective against all types when the target enemy is stunned. So if he's stunned, which is already again a useful tool to have in SBR and ESBR, he then has all his types effective against that unit, which is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. It literally, with a unit that is pretty much solely built on stunning everything, that is kind of like a ridiculous thing to have, because as I said, you have a medium chance to stun on Super. You have a medium chance of stunning all enemies when both category allies are Universe 6 attacking in the same turn. Which means, best case scenario, you stun if you're running double hits, which definitely, if you're doing Universe 6 SBR, eventually ESBR, he's the lead to take because he gets 170 HP attack and defense. And his Universe Survival Saga leader skill isn't bad either. I say isn't bad, it's actually pretty good. 160 for HP and attack and defense as well. If you're running 2 hits, and on one rotation, you know, you have both Universe 6 category allies, you stun someone on Super, or you stun everyone. Ideally, you stun everyone in the turn. You then bring the friend hit comes out. You literally set him up to be effective against all types for that turn, which is just kind of mad. And then not only that, the attacked enemy's attack gets minus 20% and defense minus 80%. So even if hit stuns, if he doesn't stuns, again, ideally, best case scenario, if you're running dual hits and you stun and then you attack the same one who has minus 80% defense, then the other hit hits him. Not only will he be type effective or effective against all types, he will then absolutely clock him because the enemy has minus 80% defense, which is ridiculous. And then on top of that, I knew there was an extra stun in there somewhere, which is the fact that he has a high chance of stunning the attacked enemy for one turn. So regardless of what happens, Hit is bound to stun someone in a turn. Like, he's bound to do it. He has a medium chance to do it on Super. He has a medium chance of stunning all enemies if there are 2 Universe 6 category allies attacking in the same turn. And then he has a high chance of stunning an attacked enemy for one turn on his passive as well. So he's incredibly useful for SBR and ESBR. And then not only that, as you'll see there, 4.5 million attack stat. His damage output is so good. And he's taking double digits on basics, which is fantastic. So good. As I said, the only annoying thing right now on global anyway specifically is the fact that they're currently in the SBR, there's not really a place where Hit can really shine like this. Quite similar to Android 16, the one that recently EZA'd through the Dragon Ball Heroes crossover campaign. There's no Universe 6, as I said, there's no Universe 6 ESBR stage, there's no Universe Survival Saga ESBR stage yet. So the best 2 places you can take him is either Extreme Tech, and literally the only other Universe 6 category ally there is literally himself, and you can't run him as a friend lead because of the leader skill. And then the only other place you can run him, as I said, is on an Extreme only team. And the only Extreme Universe 6 category allies is literally him. And again, you can't run him because of his leader skill. And then Frost, who just isn't really that good at all. So, unfortunately, we're going to try stun Goku because he has type advantage. We don't want none of that. So unfortunately, in terms of ESBR, you can't really... It's not that you can't run him. He'll still do really well, but you can't fully take advantage of him. You won't get the extra attack and defense plus 20%. You won't be able to stun all enemies. But I guess it's not the worst. He can still work well, very well, because he still gets, of course, the 160 he gets when performing a super attack. Still gets the additional attack plus 80% if the target enemy is stunned, which he does through super and which he has on passive. He can still lower their attack and defense. So you can still take him. You just can't really fully have him going to his potential or hitting his max potential unless, of course, you run him with Universe 6 category allies. So I'll still be using him in the SBR, but I wanted to show what he could really do with the Universe 6 category allies before we did that. And I mean, SBR is still a challenge. It's just nowhere near as hard as it used to be, especially with the caliber of ESBR and how difficult that can be sometimes. But yeah, hopefully soon. I mean, it is Christmas soon, so hopefully as a present, hopefully as a Christmas miracle, or even a Christmas wish, we can finally get new ESBR stages over on Global. I think if we all hope, we all pray, or maybe, just maybe, we will write a letter to Santa, or Dokkan specifically, like their Santa. Maybe if we all ask for ESBR stages, maybe we can get some. Or maybe they're already on the way. As I said, maybe they're already going to be delivering them across Christmas, just like Santa. You know, maybe they're coming. Hopefully they're coming. I really do hope they are, because it's been a hot minute since we've had new ESBR stages. So it would be nice to have some new ones, especially again for content on the game, and also to make content on it on the channel. Even though I still need to finish the latest SBR stages on Global right now. I think I have 2 left, no 3. I have Earthlings, Team Bardock, and Margin Power. There's just been so much content recently that this kind of slowing down period with the lack of content from the celebration, as I said before. In terms of an actual game perspective, not a fan. In terms of actually making content on said content, it can kind of help me catch up a little bit. I don't really mind there not being the SSJ2 Kefla at EZA would have been great, but it's kind of helpful because it means I have less content to cover. I can kind of catch up with the rest. I said this so many times, I still need to use the EZA SSJ3 Angel Goku and GT Goku event, potentially the Gotenks from the Goku and Vegeta banner as well, the side banner one. So yeah, as I said, in terms of a game perspective, not a huge fan. From actual making content on said content, I don't actually mind it. It kind of helps me. So yeah, there is that. But yeah, so far so good. I mean, he's just he's an absolute machine. He's a monster for Super Battle Road, and I have no doubt that in ESBR he'll be amazing in that as well. Such like the way he's built, just literally he has so many opportunities to stun. And then again, if you have him in the ideal setup of 2 Universe 6 category allies attacking at the same time, you have a medium chance of stunning all enemies. That can come up so clutch. That can come up so clutch at some points, like so ridiculously clutch. So he's literally, I don't want to say perfectly built, but he is very well constructed for ESBR. You know, as I said, as long as you have him in slot 2, that way you get the attacking defense plus 160 on Super. Then you also raise your defense on Super as well for 1 turn by 30%. Like basic attacks, you're taking double digits. In ESBR, you're taking double digits, and then probably potentially maybe triple digits, but on basics you'll be fine. On a super attack, after doing all that, you're probably going to take maybe like 100k or less. I reckon that's probably a reasonable region to kind of put that around. If the enemy attacked has the whole minus 20% attack, minus 80% defense, obviously even less. And that's also, again, a useful tool to have to be able to like take less damage on ESBR, because we all know how hard ESBR can hit. And then not only that, I'm not really too phased about getting these off, so I'm actually going to leave them. Just because the Goku and Frieza have such low health. Frieza's stunned anyway, I'm pretty sure. He might be, I can't remember. I might be going mad, he might not even be stunned. And then of course the minus 80% on defense, which some of the units of how hard they hit in the game, that is going to be huge damage. So yeah, he's amazing for ESBR. Hopefully again, like sooner rather than later. As I said, it is Christmas coming up, we'll be able to go into ESBR with some new stages, but unfortunately right now we can't fully take advantage of Hit in ESBR with his true potential, if you will. You know, with the lack of or no Universe 6 stage or Universe Survival Saga stage. But I don't doubt that he'll still be very good. He just won't have that little bit extra kind of sprinkle and flavour on top. But let me know what you think of him down in the comments. He's an absolute monster in Super Battle Road, and I have no doubt the same thing will be in ESBR as well. But I'll see you in the next video, guys, and